Hello guys, today I'm playing the Power Search Challenge and I'm using this particular deck. It's mostly consists of common cards, and since I don't have evolution, I'm just gonna go with that. This challenge basically just means that lightning will strike down every 15 seconds, but it won't strike against buildings. So in this challenge there will be a lot of buildings, so I like to counter it with a Royal Giant. So let's just jump into a game and see how it works. I'll try to explain my thought process in the meantime. I'm going to use my Royal Giant to counter his X-Bow. And now I can counter with my X-Bow. He just spent quite a bit. And I can Earthquake this. And the lightning timing is not random. It happens every 15 seconds, so you can just check when you want to put your troops down, just so that it doesn't get struck by the lightning. And as the normal lightning does, he will strike the troop with the most damage first, so be mindful of it. I'm gonna Mota here to see if he has anything down. I'm gonna Tesla on me to counter his Mota, and I guess we can just wait. If he decided to X-Bow again, I'm just gonna use my Royal Giant. That was a pretty waste of Skadens. I can just let the lightning do his stuff. And I'm just gonna lock here, and if you want to cycle, just cycle the Ice Spirits. It's pretty better to leave the Earthquake for buildings. And that was a pretty bad play on my part. I can just use my Royal Giant, but thankfully the Tesla came in clutch. I'm gonna split my Skadens here just to distract the motor, and I'm gonna lock here before the evolved Skadens can start ramping up. If I want to play it safe, I can start Earthquake cycling this opponent, but just to be safe, I'm just gonna play normally first. Earthquake doesn't really fully counter Mortar. He will still get a hit on tower. I'm actually going to use my Royal Giant here, and I'm actually going to pressure with a Mortar on the right, since I know my Royal Giant can take it off the left. I can Earthquake the Tesla, it's a pretty good trade, and I'm going to Tesla his motor to mitigate any damage. And just by defending normally, I should have this round in ramp. Even though the lightning do strike against the Royal Giant, since he has so much health, he can tank at least one lightning while still defending against the buildings, such like Expo, Mortar, Tesla, Bone Tower. Those you can name it, he can destroy it. Well, now we're 10-2. Hopefully we don't need any continues. And let's get on to match 11. I'm just gonna Ice Spirit on the bridge before the 15-second mark. And I'm gonna Tesla here. And this Tesla is actually a pretty good spot, since they normally love to just Tesla at the bridge. I'm gonna Mota on the left, and he kind of missed his Ice Spirit, so he has to commit with an Earthquake. And I can put my X-Bow down right now. A bit of misplay on my part of putting it too way too front, but thankfully he still got the connection. He's gonna try to save the Tesla so that he can put an X-Bow beside it, so I'm just gonna save my Royal Giant, since I think I can outrange the Tesla. I'm gonna cycle with my lock. Yep, I'm gonna Royal Giant on the left so that the Tesla doesn't target my Royal Giant. And as you can see, even with his lightning, the Royal Giant still won against the Expo. I'm gonna split my skeletons after the 15-second mark and counter this with Tesla. I don't know why he decided to upgrade 2 of my skeletons. I'm just gonna mortar here. He kind of messed up his bomb tower placement. Now my mortar can get a connection. That was also a pretty bad ice spirit. This deck is also pretty good in defending, since there's a lot of building in this deck, and we also have an advantage of a Royal Giant. I'm just gonna start putting mortar in the middle, since I don't think people will bring big spells in this game, like Fireball, Rocket. At most it's just an Earthquake. Normally I'll try to put my mortar down defensively, just to bait out the Earthquake, so that I can put down Expo as my second defense. It's better to be on the offense, but if you have a big advantage like me right now, it's okay to just play defensively, just so that you don't make any mistakes and giving them another free tower and make it into overtime without doing it in the first place. Well, that's the 11th win. I'm personally not really a banner type of person, but I still like to complete challenges. So if you guys think that banners don't really sit right with you, I guess you guys can stop on the 11th win. That could be a better Royal Giant, since now I was forced to log it so that the Expo doesn't connect to my tower. I'm going to use my Ice Spirit to distract the mortar, and then put down my skeleton, since I know that with the Ice Spirit it doesn't... I wanted to say with the Ice Spirit and 2 of the skeletons, it can tank the lightning, while the last skeleton can help distract the mortar. But since I didn't place it in a well enough spot, the mortar still got a shot. I'm gonna lock this. I don't know why he decided to rush at the tower. Since I got some positive elixir trade with the lock and the Ice Spirit, this should be some shots on the tower. He was forced to do that, so I'm actually going to Expo on it, right? And just Tesla on the bridge shoot, because I know he's gonna put his Tesla. Well, I guess I was wrong. I'm gonna split my skeletons here. Oh, those are pretty bad skeletons, but it still helped distract the mortar for at least a shot. Right now, I just need to remember that it's better to save the Royal Giant for the Expo instead of the mortar, since you can use the Earthquake and Ice Spirit to fully counter the mortar. And it's a 4-4 trade, it's not bad. I'm gonna ignore that, since he doesn't really can get to my tower. I can Earthquake that just so that I can make him use... Oh, that was a pretty bad Tesla placement, so I have to put my Royal Giant down. Now I have to be careful, since I don't really have anything for his Expo. I'm gonna Earthquake here, just to see if I can get any connections in the tower. I'm gonna cycle to my Royal Giant, and my tower can deal with his Barbarian Barrel. Oh, and the lightning too. I'm gonna put my Tesla on the middle, so that his Tesla doesn't get a shot on my tower. I'm actually gonna put a defensive Expo here, just to see if he does put an Earthquake down or anything else. Now I'm gonna use my Earthquake and lock, just to quickly deal with his Expo. Yeah, he's gonna do the same thing. And I'm actually gonna use my Royal Giant to counter his mortar since he just placed down his expo. I'm gonna use my mortar on the left and put my Tesla a bit late just so that I can bait out one of his towers. Even with the earthquake, the mortar still can get a shot, so that's pretty good. Same thing, Royal Giant for the mortar. And I can't believe it, my mortar actually got 2 shots in. Yep, his mortar should not do any more damage. I'm actually quickly cycling to another Royal Giant just so he can't place the expo down. Yep. And since the lightning just went down, my Royal Giant should be really healthy for a while. He's panicking right now, so I'm just gonna start spell cycling him. Since I don't really want to play defensive for too long. This is why Royal Giant is just so good, since putting buildings like Tesla and or bomb tower at the bridge doesn't really stop the Royal Giant from defending the tower. He's panicking and I don't think there's much he can do. I'm just gonna cycle to another earthquake and that should be GG. Well, by the time this video come out, I don't think you guys can play this anymore. I'm just showcasing how I play, and hopefully I can get a video down earlier during the next challenge. And as always, thanks for watching.